personalities who are successful in their respective domains. So friends, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Facebook and other social media and stay updated. Also share the videos with your near and dear ones. I welcome you all on behalf of Art of Living Belgavi. And during the sessions, if you have any questions, you can post it in the chat box. So friends, as we all are aware about the Chartered Accountancy course, right? So we have seen many memes also on the social media with respect to it. Example, a student is studying for his CA examination and is still giving the attempts along with his son or maybe even the grandson. So jokes apart, unlike any other professional degree, it also requires a disciplined hard work along with the support of a dedicated mentor. So today our guest is a renowned mentor to CA and to the commerce students across Bengaluru, Belgavi and many other cities. And the one who is my mentor too. Please welcome CA Vinayak Asundi.
Thank you. Namaskar to all.
Welcome
Hello,
you, sir.
Hello, Mitanshu and Nupur.
Hello.
And all.
All well, sir. I'd like to welcome you on Lockdown Pe Charcha.
Thank you.
Just a brief introduction about sir. CA Vinayak Asundi is very popular name when it comes to coaching for commerce students. He's a founder and chief faculty at Attitude Professional Academy, Belgavi, and visiting faculties at many other institutions, including Jeevan Heritage, Belgavi. Among student fraternity, he is popularly known as Asundi sir. Sir has very rich experience in teaching since 1998, and he has mentored more than 20,000 students. Apart from coaching, sir is very active in playing sports, participation in various social events in Belgavi. So sir, tell us something about your life journey so far.
Thank you, Mitanshu, for inviting me, first of all, on this Art of Living Lockdown Pe Charcha. Thank you, Nupur, also. As far as my, my life is concerned, I do come from a very, very humble family. A family which believed in that studies was everything. My grandmother actually was uneducated. Grandfather expired at a very, very young age. The uneducated woman reared her children. My father, always believed that studies was everything. In Asundi family, there are around 13 cousins. And among the 13 cousins, I was one person who was, you can say, the odd man out or the odd person out. Basically, I never had any interest in study. It was, my life was only about sports. I just wanted to play and have fun. My father had different plans. He always used to, say that if you have to do something in life, you have to really study well. And there's a constant comparison, but it is not good. There's some kind of comparison between me and my sisters. My sisters always used to do well in studies. But for my good, my father, especially my father, used to force me a lot to sit and study. As far as my mother was concerned, I would say that she was the coolest person on the earth. She always encouraged me and she always taught me good values. And one thing I still remember what she said was, when I was small, she said, do the right things when nobody is looking at you. So till date, to the extent possible, I'm doing that. I'm not saying it is 100%. But when a person does right things and nobody is looking at you, it is at that particular point of time, I think, you become an improved individual. As far as my struggles are concerned, yes, uh, I was born in a family where my father was a development officer in LIC. He had a handsome salary. We financially very sound, I can say. Uh, Probably we were the only family in Fulbagali. We used to live in Fulbagali. Uh, Probably the only family which had a car then. My father had a Fiat Padmini, Premier Padmini car, and we had a telephone also. Long back, I'm talking about. I was born in '78, so in '80s, early '80s, we were the only person who were having a telephone at our house. Father gave us all the facilities, and it was fantastic. Life was fantastic. But things took a downturn in our lives when my father retired, and that was when I was in 10th. My father built a new house, so all his savings were put into the construction of this house where I'm living now. And after retirement, his pension was very less. He retired in the year 93, 94, so probably the third pay or the fourth pay commission was applicable. So hardly the pension was around 1,500, 2,000 per month. So suddenly from a salary of, 17,000 per month to 2,000 per month, things were a bit difficult. Though my grandfather had the farmland and the old house was given on rent, but that was just sufficient to meet our the the basic needs. Yeah, after 10th, it was a struggle in my life, and I'll tell you, it was quite a struggle. Meaning, I was not that matured at that particular age. Uh, my friends in colleges and college and all, they used to come with bikes. I used to ask my parents, even I want a bike. In spite of knowing that my father was retired, and that was the age. That was quite a struggle, my dear friends. But one thing what saved me was my mother's words. She said that, see, your father is retired, he'll not be able to afford much. So you have to take care of yourself. So that actually prompted me to, to pick up something in my life and to do something on my own. So it was a blessing in disguise that my father retired at when we were very young. He retired. It was a blessing in disguise actually. That is actually that was actually what prompted me to do something in what life. Uh, I picked up badminton as a sport, and let me tell you, this sport has taught me a lot. Uh, Everything. I tell you, each and every person should have some sports in life. If not as a career, uh, but one should pick up at least one sport. I make sure that my children are doing that. It'll teach a lot of things, my dear friends. This was about my the past life. So post 10th standard, I said it was quite a struggle for us. I was really playing, you can say, very good badminton those days. And those days, the shuttlecocks were also very costly. I still remember using Skylark shuttles. Uh, so since I was picking up in my game, I was smashing all the shuttles within 5 minutes. So per shuttle used to cost 10 rupees then, and I was not able to afford. By the age 18 and a half, probably yes, I won my first championship in Belgium. That was the Belgium Open, uh, and also the men's Open. So I was widely getting recognized in badminton, and people wanted to play with me. But my only request to the people was, I bring shuttlecocks. You have to bring the shuttles, and I'm going to teach you all. So that is how it all started there as a struggle. I still remember, my dear friends, when I wanted to practice a lot, and my father was not able to afford that kind of money. Still remember, people who have played badminton, the feather shuttles, not the nylon ones. Uh, the feather shuttles were, they were tied with a thread. So I used to take a sharp needle, remove those threads, and remove the defected feathers, and I used to put the proper feathers. So I used to collect all the unwanted feathers, unwanted shuttles, collect all the good feathers, and I used to put it. So that is innovation. So they say that uh, necessity is the mother of all inventions. So I started inventing like this. So quite a struggle. There are a lot of things in life where I've really struggled. But as far as yes, as far as studies was concerned, I was nowhere interested. Even after joining my BCom, I just joined BCom just to play sports and nothing else. I never had an idea of to become a chartered accountant. Let me frankly say that I'm a CA by chance and not by choice. But yes, as far as my story is concerned, as far as my life is concerned, this is my life journey up till my BCom. After that, uh, struggle started with CA. As all CA students know, they're going through the same thing. Uh, I was no different. So life started, CA life started at the age of 21 when I joined my CA course. How did I join my CA course? Actually, I was really playing well in badminton. So my father said, instead of, smashing the shuttles and destroying the shuttlecocks, why don't you do something which is constructive? I said, I want something which is challenging. And in my group, Praveen Ghali's father was there. He was already a chartered accountant. So some kind of knowledge we had about CA. And my father said, why don't you try CA? So that is how it started. And it was quite a struggle, but I never gave up and eventually conquered this particular course. So as far as the CA course is concerned, many people have contributed as far as my success is concerned. First of all, it was my parents. I can't, today I don't have my father. I lost him 2.5 years back. But I still remember, and my friends can vouch for this. He used to write umpty letters, ample number of letters. I was in Chennai for my teaching classes, and he used to write so many letters with all the motivational things, how to study, and how important it is for you to crack down this particular course for myself and for the family, mother's support, friend support. Let me tell you, I've got one of the best friends in the world. I've learned a lot of things from my friends, and we still are a core group even today. I'm talking about the college friends. So this is my life, Mitanshu, in short.
So, sir, after qualifying,
Yeah.
uh, did you immediately come into the teaching profession, or how was the journey after being a chartered accountant?
Okay. Actually, I all started with, when I was in BCom. Family never had the income to, fulfill my, you can say, the wishes, or the wants, what a youngster has. So I started with coaching classes when I was in BCom. It all started with my friends, actually. Uh, I had just invited all my friends at my residence. Nupur, you attended the classes there. You remember the glass house?
Yes.
That was a place where I invited my friends also when I was in BCom. So I started taking a few topics. And friends said that you have a very nice skill of imparting knowledge. So why don't you start it as a profession? There were two things. One was the need also, and I had passion for imparting knowledge. I think that clicked. That really clicked in my life. So probably I did not keep money as a center. The passion was there, and that is how it started. So at the age of, yeah, let us say 19, it all started. Then by the time I finished my BCom, I joined my articleship. Early in the morning, I used to take classes at 5 o'clock for PUC 1, PUC 2, and BCom. Probably it was the necessity at that point of time. Evening, I used to coach because at that point of time, I was a very good badminton player, and a few of the parents wanted me to coach their children for badminton. So evening, I used to coach. So this is how it started: badminton coaching as well as my CA coaching.
That's really nice, sir. Actually, you have very dedicated and sincere approach towards it. And
Yeah.
even I believe that it is no fun in achieving any goal without putting real efforts for achievement. And I would like to tell you, sir, because of your passion about teaching, till now, many students in Belgavi are benefited.
No, I'm honored. I'm honored for that.
So, Mr. John Wooden, who is the greatest American basketball player, has once said, teaching profession contributes more to the future of our society than any other single profession. And so you are truly upholding the same.
Thanks a lot for that.
I wish I could be a teacher.
Oh,
Since
you
I
can.
also like,
If you have the passion, you can.
since I like to interact with people and listening to their perspective towards their life, their thought process about it.
If you have the burning desire, you can.
Definitely, sir. I would definitely love to do that. One more thing, sir.
Yeah.
There is a very rare combination which I have come across wherein sports and academics go hand in hand. That too in a good pace. There is always a common problem with students' life as well as professionals about managing their hobby, passion, work, and academics all together. I mean, just wanted to ask you, how do you balance sports, work, family? Can you please share your thoughts on same?
Okay, Mitanshu, what I feel is the focal point is about passion. And when you're passionate about something, I think you'll find the way. I mean, each one of us has 24 hours in a day, but if you have that burning passion within yourself, I mean, that'll drag you. That'll eventually pull you towards your goal. So there's no doubt about it. So you should have that kind of burning desire. Your other question, what you asked was, you know, why didn't you choose any other profession, which was quite lucrative? As far as I am concerned, with due respect to all the people who are working in the industry, I never liked the job of 9 to 6. So it was a punishment for me. Probably you can say that 9 to 6 job was not my cup of tea. So I decided right from my college days, I had decided that, you know, I'm not going to work under anyone. That actually, you know, pulled me into this kind of profession where I was the owner, I was a boss, I was the, you can say that, you know, nobody bossed me. That was one thing. Second thing was, I actually started teaching, you know, itna maza aaya. I mean, I said that, you know, imparting the best of the knowledge for the CA students, I am building up career of not only that particular student, but the entire family. So till date, whenever I teach, it is with that kind of passion that, you know, it says that, yes, it is not that I'm only building up an individual career. It is the entire family which is going to go up with that particular candidate. Money was not an issue at all in my life. I mean, it was only work. So I would like to say that, you know, if you, what can I say? If you keep your work as a central point, I mean, if you concentrate on your work and your main product should be your work and your byproduct should be your what? Money. I think if your main product is your work, byproduct will definitely flow in. So money is, was, and will always be a byproduct for me. Work is important. So if you work with passion, it will flow.
Very true, sir.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect way of balancing academics and the hobbies. And
Yeah.
there are very few people who actually leave a very comfortable and comfortable job and from a tier 1 city and drive behind achieving their passion.
Very true. Very true.
Yes. And I would like to add one more thing, my personal experience. So when I was a student, like most of the viewers watching this, मेरी एक ही complaint रहती थी कि I don't have time. Like sir said, you have 24 hours, even I have 24 hours, everyone has 24 hours. But it is on us how we make the best use out of it. Right? So many times it used to happen that I am sitting in the class and कभी-कभी physically बैठती थी, but मेरा मन तो सब जगह घूम के आ जाता था. I'm sure it happens with many of us, right? So what we have to focus is, we have to focus on doing quality study rather than quantity study. So it's not the number of hours we study, but it is how much ever hours you're studying, are you able to study effectively? And see, if you're doing quality study, automatically you will get time for other things, to achieve other hobbies and anything you want to achieve, right? Other than your studies and your academics. So, even after I qualified as a chartered accountant, now also I'm able to balance my professional, personal and social life. And do you know want to know the secret behind this? I just put my 100% in whatever I'm doing. And this is only possible because I practice meditation daily. So the 100% whatever you give will be able to achieve if you can practice meditation regularly.
Very true.
So, sir, as a young student, there is always an aggression to achieve something in life. But there are instances that in spite of the hard work, many of them face failures. And they are incapable of handling the same and they ultimately give up. So what are your suggestions on this?
It is a very good question, Nupur, for the students. So let me bring out a few things, what I've learned from my guru in Chennai, that is CA guru. As far as the CA students are concerned, he always used to say that, you should always have 3 I's and 3 P's. The first I is intelligence. I'm talking about CA students. He always used to say that, CA is for average students. You need not be super intelligent to crack this particular course. So the first thing you should take out of your head is, many people believe when they join this particular course, they believe that they have to be super intelligent. Our institute has given us an entry, not by scoring 80% or 90%. You just have to score 55%, isn't it? Right? To enter this particular course. As far as intelligence is concerned, average intelligence is enough to crack this particular course. Then what about the second I? So, Patabi sir used to tell me, interest. You should have 100% interest in whatever you do. So you put in at 100% interest, things will flow, my dear friends. You see all great individuals who have become great celebrities. These people had 100% interest in whatever they did. You take example of Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, any sports person, any film star, any writer, a poet, whatever it is in life, a dancer, a singer, they would have done hours of practice. Correct? So that interest should be there. Then the third I was that involvement. This is very, very interesting. As Nupur said, it is not the quantity of hours what you put in, it is the quality. So if you're totally involved for just say even 1 hour of your studies, that would be sufficient. That would be sufficient to grasp the things. Just giving an example of 1 hour for one subject. So you know, my dear friends, these 3 I's, if you take it, nothing like it. What are the 3 P's? Told me that, you know, planning is very, very important. And there's a very good saying: if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So, since there is paucity of time on this, you know, the video, uh, I would not like to go ahead and put the things about planning. You all should plan very well, my dear friends. Planning is very, very important. Then preparation. As far as preparation is concerned, yeah, I just want to speak a few things about preparation. Uh, I don't know how many of you know about this player, Ivan Lendl. Ivan Lendl was one of the greatest tennis players. What eluded him was the Wimbledon. He conquered all the Grand Slams. He conquered all the, you know, championships, but he couldn't conquer the Wimbledon. Twice he reached the finals of Wimbledon, but he couldn't do it. But let me remind you, he was the number 1 player for the most number of days or weeks. I think till Sampras broke his record. Wonderful player. I'll just tell you one instance. There was one journalist who wanted to interview Ivan Lendl. The first question, you know, after playing tennis, what do you do? Ivan Lendl replied, after playing tennis, I play tennis. These journalists are very smart. He reframed the question and said, after playing tennis and after playing tennis, what do you do? So Ivan Lendl's reply was, after playing tennis and after playing tennis, I play tennis. So, my dear friends, if you really want to achieve something in life, that preparation should be 100%. And if you prepare well, nobody on this earth can, you know, put you down. You will be successful in life. So that is how the preparation level should be. The third P is your perspiration, how you sweat it out. Have to sweat it out, my dear friends. CA is not, you know, ki join ho gaya. Joining is easy in CA. Coming out is, I would not use the word difficult. I hate to use that word difficult. It is challenging. But if you perspire, if you sweat it out, I think you can easily crack this course. It is as good as any other course. So these 3 I's and these 3 P's, what my professor told me still reminds me. I still remember them, and I keep on repeating in front of my students about these 3 I's and 3 P's. Probably yes, yeah. These things you can inculcate, and you know, you can come out successful. Yes, Nupur.
Yes, sir. Actually, I like that line. I mean, the great saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's completely practical line. I mean, that's completely practical. And generally, sir, one of the students have asked this question with respect to planning. I mean, I'm sure due to limited time, you can't explain entire thing of planning. But if you could highlight just a gist, I mean, people are more concerned about they study throughout the year. They study just a day before exam, and they present whatever it is in this coming 3 years. So if you can throw just light on the planning, or just you can set a roadmap, that's it. It would be helpful to students how to approach towards a plan.
Okay, I think many questions which are put up there. I'll definitely answer them. My dear students, hear it carefully. You are actually not planning to write your examination. Try to understand this. You should plan in such a way that, you know, what happens on the eve of the examination is very, very important for you. Now, for example, let us say you take the direct tax book. The entire direct tax book, can you revise it within a day? If you take the entire fat book, let us say Siddhanya or whatever, can't, isn't it? What do you have to do before that? Hear it carefully, my dear friends. You have to make your own synopsis. Let me tell you, the biggest mistake the CA students do is, one is they entirely depend on the coaching classes. which I'm against. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely against this, being entirely dependent on coaching classes. You might say that, sir, क्या बोल रहे हो आप? आप अपने पेट के ऊपर लात मार रहे हो. No, I'm not. I just want this to be very much clear, my dear friends. Sometimes, coaching classes are a hindrance. Reason is, when a student attends the coaching classes, he will only, उसका लक्ष्य क्या रहता है कि सर जो बोलते हैं वही सही है. He doesn't want to innovate anything. Attend the coaching classes. Go back home. You have the study material. You have the materials which are given by the coaching classes. You have some of the best books available in the market. Why don't you go home and prepare your own synopsis? And synopsis kaisa prepare karna hai, I'll tell you. Take the example of chapter salary, income tax example ले रहा हूं मैं. Chapter salary. 3 पेज में आपका synopsis खत्म होना चाहिए. 3 या 4 पेज में. Prepare some flowcharts, punch words, few words you include in your notes. So let us say salary chapter is getting over in 4 to 5 pages with those flowcharts or whatever diagrams you have. Be innovative. So just imagine you can finish your entire, let us say, income tax within 30 to 40 pages, your entire income tax. So these 30 to 40 pages should be the key. And on the eve of the examination, I repeat, my dear friends, on the eve of the examination, these 30 to 40 pages, you can revise it 3 to 4 times minimum, if not more than that, isn't it? So now if you repeat those things, let us say 3 to 4 times on the eve of the examination, obviously you will remember the things and you will do definitely fantastically well in your examination. The problem with the students is they sit up with these fat books on the eve of the examination. So it is not, you're not planning actually for the examination, you're actually planning for the eve of the examination. So how to plan for this eve of the examination is you have to prepare synopsis on your own. Now I know that in the market there are people where the professor, they themselves are giving you synopsis notes. I don't want to name the professors here, they themselves give you synopsis notes. I think even that is bad. When you write it, writing once is as good as reading 10 times. That is what they say. So probably you can prepare your own synopsis, and that will be wonderful for your career, and you will definitely crack it. If you do these things, you will definitely crack it. So this is one, area of planning, you can say.
That's really nice. That's really nice. And what I also believe that this planning is not something which is only related to an exam. I mean, if you develop the habit of planning, I mean, it will help you in your academics. It will help you to grow in your life. I mean, once your academics are complete, you're working, or maybe you are doing something on your own, you're managing your social life, personal life. This planning is such an important concept that will help you to grow in life in many perspectives.
Absolutely, Mitanshu. But I'll tell you, Mitanshu, let me add here, just on a lighter note, whenever you go for a trip, at least me, whenever I go for a trip, my wife says that you never plan. वो जगह कैसा है, YouTube पर देखते नहीं हो, you don't see it on the cell phone. The fun is lost. If I see all the pictures on the phone, the fun is lost. That the kind of surprise element is lost. So my when I go for a trip is I don't look at the posters. Other planning वगैरह करना पड़ता है. But yes, most of the cases planning will work. But in few cases, I think the surprise element is lost. So you should know where to plan and where not to.
That's like you should have a roadmap for everything, planning for something. Because the thing which you told now, it's like more of adventurous thing which should be there in everyone's life, I believe.
Yeah, that is there. वो थोड़ा कूट के भरा है मेरे इसमें.
So we definitely have the experience of going on trips with you.
Yeah. No, when I take my students, I really plan well. My students who are there. So when I go, it is like, it is unplanned, Nupur.
Yes, sir. We have experience of 1-2 trips with rain. So, sir, the students also want to know, like, as the competitive exams are getting postponed, what would be the strategy to study? Like, we do not know, even for the schools and colleges, we do not know when they will be resuming. And for the competitive exams, the exams are getting postponed. So,
Okay.
is it a boon or a punishment to the students?
Oh, that is a very good question, actually. Um Let me tell you a story for this, my dear friends. Um, Lord Indra, you know, had a terrible fight with the farmers. He was upset with the farmers. So he said there would not be any rains for the next 12 years, and hence agricultural produce. So the farmers were taken aback, saying that Lord Indra himself is going to, stop the rains for 12 years. So it was very difficult for the farmers. So all the farmers, they pleaded in front of Lord Indra, saying that please don't give some kind of punishment to us. But Indra said nothing for 12 years. But uh, Lord Shiva is going to play the Damru. When he plays the Damru, you will definitely get rains. So that is what he told the farmers, and he left. And he had a secret pact with Lord Shiva, saying that Lord Shiva is not going to play the Damru for the next 12 years. So meanwhile, the farmers went to Lord Shiva. So they pleaded in front of Lord Shiva also, saying that, Lord Indra has cursed us. There would be no rains for the next 12 years. And he said that only if you play the Damru, there are going to be rains. So the farmers requested Lord Shiva that he should play the Damru. Lord Shiva absolutely denied it. He said, for the next 12 years, I'm not going to play any kind of what? Damru. So what happened? The disappointed farmers, they went back. They went back to their places. After going back, there was one farmer, my dear friends, who was old farmer. He was regularly digging, treating, and putting the manure in the soil, sowing the seeds. Even though he knew that no crop is going to emerge, he was on his toes, doing all the work. So he did this for continuously 3 years. The same thing went for 3 years. Other farmers, they started making fun of this particular farmer, old farmer, saying that to kya kar raha hai yaar? Why are you wasting your time and energy despite knowing that there would be no rains for quite some time? So the reply of the farmer was very simple. He said, I'm aware of this, that there would be no rains for 12 years. But he said, I have to practice and I have to ensure that, I don't forget the process of growing crops and working the field. That was his answer. So the conversation between this old farmer and the other farmers was heard by Goddess Parvati. So Goddess Parvati actually told Shiva that he might even forget playing the Damru. If he doesn't play the Damru for how many years? 12 years. He might even forget the art of playing Damru. So as you know that, innocent Lord Shiva, his anxiety, he just tried to play the Damru to check whether he could play. So hearing the sound of the Damru, immediately there were rains. And my dear friends, this old farmer who was working really very hard, he was a person who got the crops immediately, while others were disappointed. So what do you learn from this, my dear friends? You learn that you become diseased, you become old, just because you don't practice. It is not the age. my dear friends. Correct. Today I practice. I practice my running. I do my fitness. I'm in shape at the age of 42. Many people say that, sir, furtile ho aap." Just practice, my dear friends, and nothing else. So you become disease and all just because you don't practice. And practice is essence, my dear friends. Practice is the essence of, I can say, quality life, quality survival. If you want to survive and have a quality life, you have to practice. So I think by this example, you can understand, my dear friends, many of the students who are saying that, sir, lockdown के बाद देखेंगे, lockdown के बाद करेंगे, अभी lockdown है. We don't know actually. The lockdown could continue for another 2 months, 2 years. I don't know. We all don't know about this particular lockdown. So what I would say is, go on practicing whatever skills you have. You have to sharpen them, my dear friends. So if you don't sharpen your skills, your fate will also be like the fate of the other farmers. But if you keep on sharpening your skills for your life, I think you will be one of those old farmers where you'll be definitely what successful. So keep on doing whatever is there.
Very well said, sir. As you rightly said that yes, practice is necessary for achieving and keeping continued our skills. But there are some students who want to give the attempt of the final or the IPCD, but they are not able to because there is a gap in their studies. So how to come over of the negative thoughts and how can you resume back with the studies?
Okay, negative thoughts. Okay, let it be interactive. I'll ask Nupur and Mitanshu. Okay, just a simple example. Let us say I come to your house, or you come to my house, Mitanshu and Nupur. Okay, and let us say you don't drink any tea or coffee. So what I do is, I give you a glass of sarbat. Okay, lemon juice. So I add lemon to it, I add salt to it, I add sugar to it. And I hand over a glass of lemon juice to you. And to your surprise, there is a lot of salt in it. Okay, so what do you do? Now I am asking you this question. What do you do? Will you drink it? What will you do?
Now, in that case, definitely I can't remove salt from that glass of water or glass of lemon juice. So rather than, and I know if I drink that, it won't taste good.
Correct.
So I would ask you to put some sugar into it or some lemon, so to add some flavor so that I can drink that.
Okay, fair enough. So you're going to add more sugar, or you're going to add more water to it to dilute the salt, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is exactly what I'm telling you, my dear friends. See, today, even me, everyone in life, they get negative thoughts. Now, you cannot say that, "Arey yaar, main itna positive hu, negative thoughts, I have a shield in front of me, something like, Captain America, where I'm going to block those negative thoughts." Hoga nahi. Till date, I get negative thoughts. Each and every individual will get those negative thoughts. These negative thoughts are like salt. So if you want to dilute those negative thoughts, you have to fill up those negative thoughts with more and more of positive thoughts. There are ample number of videos. There are ample number of sayings. Every day you see, you have these you can say the successful quotes which you have in your mobile itself. You can get them. So fill your thoughts with more and more of positive thoughts, so that all those negative thoughts will get diluted. That is the only way to come out of this, my dear friends. You cannot say that I'll stop those negative thoughts there only. I have a shield there. Hoga nahi. Everyone in life will have negative thoughts. What you have to do is fill up your mind with those water, sugar, or lemon, whatever it is. Dilute that particular water, salt. This is my advice to the students.
Very well said, sir. And I would like to add this thing. So now, as you told, it's a part. Life is part and parcel. If there are only positive things, it won't work. If there is only negative thing, it won't work. So even it is said that ups and downs are part of living. So you giving a simple example is that while your heartbeat are checked, so even a straight line signifies that you are dead. And if there is ups and downs, it means you are living.
Absolutely.
So that's how life is. And sir, one thing I would feel the positive and negative is one's own way of looking at things. I mean, it is said that I never lose. Either I win or I learn.
Absolutely.
That's there. So I feel we have to develop the positive attitude toward this. I'll give you my example. When and I would like to give my example. So there are certain things. I mean, nobody's perfect in this world. There are certain things wherein I mean, I was doing my CA. I completed my CA. I joined my job, and everything was fine. But I had something lacking, which is like the quality, the what you called the quality of listening. I was not a good listener. Like I can talk, but if you tell me to listen, it's like something punishment to me. I can't listen. So when, as you told, it is part of life and it's our own way of looking at it. So when you are simply at peace, or when you, for example, when I meditated for the first time, I got to know these secret hacks. If that very common example which generally many philosophers give, it's a half glass of water. You ask everyone, what is that? Someone would say it's a half glass of water. Someone would say half empty glass. Someone would say it's 100% full, half with water, half with air. So it's about their perspective. And I would like to tell, meditation is something which had helped me to develop this positive attitude. And even when I meditated, and it was like so much of mental peace. And once, just a few questions back, you had told that innovation is the key. You need to innovate something. So I believe when your mind is at peace and when your mind is calm, it is something when innovation comes out of you from within. I mean, you don't need any external force to give innovation nikalo. It comes from within. So that's how when I meditated for the first time, and I practiced meditation for a long time. At that time, I understood how listening is very important.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not only ki someone is trying to prove you wrong or something, but feedback is the thing which you can get only after listening. And being a chartered accountant, being a professional, we need to deal with lots and lots of people of various mindset, be it businessman, be it banker, be it auditor if you are working, or your boss, anywhere. So unless you have that quality of good listener, you can't focus, or you can't do your work completely, or you can't develop that 100% of 100% of efforts, and you can't be sure about it. So I feel many of the students should definitely learn this meditation techniques, which are taught by Art of Living Foundation. And I'm very happy to tell you that our meditation practice have been practiced by around 160 plus countries, and 70 independent research have been take place on this Sudarshan Kriya technique, which has been taught. And I'm very happy to share that right from Harvard University to the to IITs, IIMs, AIMS of our own country, they are promoting these things. I mean, they are making part of this Sudarshan Kriya or meditation as a part of their curriculum. So on this platform, I would like to invite all of the viewers, all of the students to definitely join and attend online meditation workshop, which will be happening from 21st and on 29th of May. Details will be shared on this chat box later. Okay. So coming.
I would like to add actually.
Yes, sir.
Of Art of Living long back, 2005 when I got married. I still remember. So we had a session, the basic session which was there, and I still remember the one kriya about that soham. Oh, that was absolutely amazing. So let me add on my students. I think if you can join this particular course, nothing like it. My buddy and my friend, my brother, Sharan Basveshwar Asundi. He's a scientist today. He's in USA. He says that, you know, he calls me Vinu. He says, Vinu, you just try out this and it will be wonderful for you. So I must say that Mitanshu, you've hit the nail. Meditation is a key. There's no doubt about it. So pranayam, meditation, all these are key parts of your life. And I think this is embedded in our culture. I think Western should not teach us. This is there in our culture. We can
It's
take
there
it.
in our genes.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
It's there in our genes. So we just to share our one more experience, we have conducted when we were in Pune. So there is in Pune, there is a place called Prestige Point, which is known as hub of CA classes.
Yeah, I have visited that place.
So in fact, we went to one of the classes over there, and we have conducted meditation session for around 700 students.
Oh my goodness.
And it was just 15 minutes of workshop, and I don't know how it, and people were like, let it be continue for 1 more hour.
Oh my goodness.
And so much of stress, since not many CAs or many other engineering stream students, many of the people have to deal with, some have CA for specifically CA who have to deal with number crunching. Engineering, which more is of creativity thought process. It comes from within. So that's what my whole point is. So so that's what I request everyone to do join. We had posted one form in the chat box. You can fill up that form, or you can call us if you have any doubt. We can also arrange a workshop for every one of you. Do let us know. Okay.
Absolutely, my
Yes,
dear.
sir.
You can go
Yes,
ahead and fill up those forms also and take the benefit of art of living. I second that.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one personal question. What would you be if not CA Vinayak Asundi?
Oh, if not CA, I think I would be different people at different periods of time. So chronologically, if you ask me, I still remember. If my friends are there on chat, they'll definitely agree. Friends together, we went for this movie, Border. Hindi movie. So I watched that movie, and GP Datta, if I'm not wrong, GP Datta's Border. I was completely, you know, mesmerized with looking at that particular movie, and I said I want to become a soldier. So it was at that particular point of time. So today, if you ask me, that's what I told you. As a student, I never had any kind of goal. But today, if you ask me, definitely a farmer. I get that kind of happiness when I put my hands to the soil. So if you get time after the lockdown, you come down to my place. I grow my own vegetables. I'm growing my own rice. Rice I don't buy from outside. 50% of the stuff I grow, 50% I still buy from outside. But I think healthy food, when you grow your own food, nothing like it. So, farmer.
Absolutely, sir. And I'm very happy to listen that you are very keen towards farming. At the end, it is Annadata Sukhi Bhava. Because of their efforts is what currently we are having our food, or we are having our meals.
In fact, the CAs can actually help. There's a lot of area as far as farming is concerned where you can help these farmers to have a better living. Because I have worked in the field. Let me tell you, I have worked in the field, and it is no easy job, my dear friends. So I think, you all chartered accountants with such knowledge, you can do something. There's a lot of areas which can do something for the farmers. I think you all can join hands, and we can bring up a platform for the farmers where they can lead their life comfortably. And in lockdown, you would have already, experienced. Food was everything for you all. Quality food.
Completely agreed. Yes. Completely agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. One last question from my side. Is there any event in life, of which students are not aware of? Just like you said about farming, that was, I think, something which no one is aware of, any other event which could be a source of inspiration for them?
Okay, my dear students, I don't know whether my friends will know this. Definitely. Students, I don't think so. They know me. When I was in college, and when I was really playing well in badminton, थोड़ा घमंड आ गया था. So घमंडी था मैं. This was one thing I'll tell you, and I keep on telling this sports why it is important. I was at the peak of my career in badminton. North Karnataka, I was a champ. I had not lost even a single, match against individuals when I was at my peak. So we were invited for an invitation tournament in Ugar. I still remember this, and we all went around. I think 6 to 7 players from Belgium, best of the players. We went to Ugar. There, when we were going, it was like other colleagues were asking me, "अरे कौन जीतेगा tournament?" मैं बोला कि मैं ही जीतूंगा यार, और कौन जीतेगा? With that kind of swagger, with that kind of, you can say, overconfidence, I went to the tournament, and the tournament started. We were the first to reach the venue, the Belgium guys, and all of them, mind you, all of them except me, they were done in the first round itself. All of them were out. In the first round, I struggled. I really struggled with that kind of peak. I struggled to somehow cross first round. Second round, I still remember the name of the individual, Mahesh Satve. Mahesh Satve, I still remember the guy's name. Such a simple guy. And when when he came with his kit and all, he came with a, जो हम ये थैली लेके जाते हैं ना मार्केट को, वैसा थैली में उसका शूज, a very simple racket लेके आया था. And I was the Belgium champion. मेरे पास Puma control करके शूज थे तब. One of the best shoes. And that was Yonex racket, and with that kind of swagger, I went there. मेरे को सुला दिया उसने, मार दिया. He actually screwed me up in the second round. So, but that was a learning phase for me, my dear friend. Never underestimate anyone, and always be grounded. So that tournament actually taught me that you should always be grounded, and till date I'm following the rules. There are better people than you. Yeah, there are thousands of people who are better than you. Always be grounded. Always be grounded. So this is one thing which badminton taught me. That is why I love this game. So probably this was one event which I wanted to tell you.
That's really nice, sir.
Which could be a learning.
Yes, sir. That's really nice. There are people who are asking question on chat, but due to constraint of time, I request you can personally get in touch with us and you can ask the question. So just one more question, which I think that is important. People who are working and they want to now continue to the study. For example, if people who are pursuing their articleship and they have taken several attempts in clearing their finals, it's getting very difficult for them to get back on track. I mean, people who are working for any reason, maybe for supporting their family, they have dropped their studies and now they want to continue. They're facing a lot of difficulties to come back. What would you like to give them a message?
It's a very, very important question, Mitanshu. Actually, it's a very good question, actually. If you ask me about my view on this, it's very simple. If you have a financial backing, which is sufficient for your living and not for luxury, I would say that. And if you're just very near, let us say you have cleared your group 1 of CA final, or both the groups where you're just just missing by few marks, let's say in your 180s or 190s, my suggestion would be stop your job. Nothing is going to happen. Okay, you can still lead your life comfortably. In Kannada they say huttid mel devaren hul tinsangilla. You will have this. Is that clear? But finish off your CA. Finish off your CA if you are that near. And Nupur, Mitanshu, you all know that this particular course we have all cracked this particular course. And, before giving the exams, you really prepare well. And once you write the exams, okay, Nupur, you can tell me, once you write the exams, you have that kind of feeling within yourself, no? Is baar mera hoga.
Yes.
Many people say that you can't predict, yeah. But at least I felt when I wrote these papers, okay, group 1, especially in CA final, I can vouch for that. I was very confident of clearing that group 1. So I think if you prepare well, you are definitely going to clear this particular course. And don't worry about your job and other things, my dear friends. A CA is a CA at the end of the day. If you're very near to it, I would say just drop your job. Nothing is going to happen. But once you take a decision of dropping the job, don't go back. Keep a, you can say time boundedness is very, very important for you all. Give yourself at least 1 year. Let us say 2 attempts to be fair enough, not 1 attempt. Give maximum 2. That's it. After that, you can continue with life. And I think that within this 1 year, you will definitely crack it. If you're that near, if you're scoring 180s, 190s and all, you can definitely crack it. Only thing, small tinkering should be done as far as your studies is concerned. There are ample number of videos on YouTube, but few things I want to share. How to write the theory paper. Many people write I was very poor at writing theory papers, but when I listened to others, I came to know that, theory papers, those punch words are important and you have to underline those punch words. As far as practical is concerned, presentation is important. And the third most important thing is, you get out of that mind of saying, 200 score karna hai. You have 400 marks here. You keep yourself a higher target. Even in my coaching classes, I say that if you are scoring 65 and above, you're clearing. So it is not 50% in my coaching classes. 65 and above, you're there. Otherwise, you're a failure as far as my coaching classes, when I give the test and all, 65 is a thing. So you raise your bars and you'll definitely achieve.
That's true, sir.
Yeah, Mitanshu.
So what I understand is mainly we need to be focused. We need to put that sincere, dedicated efforts in correct direction.
Correct direction, and one more thing is you can't do things at a time. Difficult. Post qualification, you do the multitasking, that is okay. But when it comes to CA, we all know that it is, 2/3 of our portion is test of memory, if I'm not wrong. Now they're introducing some kind of thing where they're giving analytical questions. You can have the book and write the papers and all those things. But today's situation, you should have the solid memory here. There's no doubt about it. So how are you going to remember the things? Only by reading it ample number of times. Read, remember, reproduce. 3 hours.
Very well. So that's 3 hours is a very, what you call, core component of studying.
Absolutely. And for that, you require time. So if you're doing your job and then you're doing your, your studies, we are not Supermans here. We are not a Spider-Man. You cannot say that I'm going to save the city also. I'm going to save my girlfriend also. You have to either save your girlfriend, which is your CA coach, or you save the city, which is your family or whatever it is. And eventually you'll save it. I mean, if you clear your CA, you're going to save your entire family.
Understood. And one more thing is, like, you need to be passionate towards it. I mean, passion is something which will drive these 3 hours within yourself.
Absolutely. Passion is everything. Passion is everything. But sometimes I'll tell you, Mitanshu, one final point, sometimes what I feel is most of us, even I have made that mistake. You take this passion so seriously that, you go beyond your reasoning also. Sometimes, you have to reason it out. So itna bhi passion nahi rehna chahiye ki destroy kar de. So as an individual, you know that, yes, I'm passionate about it, but whether it is reasonable in my life, whether I'm crossing those limits with my passion, that is very, very important. Otherwise, it is going to be a curse. If you just go with passion without reasoning, you destroy yourself. It will be a curse rather than a blessing.
Yes, very well said, sir. So till now also we are receiving the question, but I would like to tell your viewers, please, you have our numbers. You can share your questions to us. We'll definitely reach out Vinayak sir with respect to your question, and we'll try to reach you back. And thank you very much, Vinayak sir. It was really nice to hear you. We had a wonderful lockdown pe charcha, and that's really very inspiring. And I'm very sure it will benefit our audience too.
Mitanshu and Nupur, I thank both of you for this wonderful session. You've done a wonderful job and you're doing a wonderful job. A very charming couple, both of you. All the best for your career, and I hope this session will be useful for all the students, not only CA students, but all the other students. So thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. And friends, this video will be available on our social media pages too, on Facebook and YouTube. It will be uploaded by evening. So do like, comment, and share this video. Thank you, everyone. Stay home, stay safe, and do meditate. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks a lot.
you.